So, welcome to another BSH walk around video. This time it's of the BMW R18 Classic, which, considering if you saw the last video, which was about a 125 electric bike, couldn't get much more difference. Honestly, this thing is bonkers. I like big bikes, I've always ridden big bikes and I'm quite used to them. But this is just outstanding, it really is. It looks lovely. I mean, if you excuse me, I started down low to give you a good angle. I'm going to have to get up because we have to walk. It looks enormous. I mean, probably from this video it doesn't tell, but when you see it in real life, it is just colossal. It weighs 345 kilos, which gives you an idea how colossal it is. It's about, as a friend of mine said last night, God, it's about the same size as my bed, which I did find rather amusing, and I'm also slightly concerned that she measures things in the size of her bed. But yeah, it's not to me, is it? It is an 1800 1.8 litre flat twin, and the engine is colossal. I mean, I've never been a huge fan of BMWs. They were a bit old man's bikes for me, but you know, I've grown up on Japanese fours, so stuff like that doesn't float my boat. So I wasn't expecting anything particularly of this, but it is just bonkers. It's 116 foot-pound of torque, which to me, generally these numbers don't really mean a lot. I'm a bit stupid when it comes to these things. So I got on it, whizzed it up the road and thought, traffic's going slow behind me, isn't it? And then I went out with a ride with a girlfriend on her 600 Hornet. And I thought, what is she doing? Why isn't she opening the throttle up? And then I went for a ride with a friend on a 1200 Bandit. And the same thing, I thought, why are these people not opening the throttles up? And when I actually said something, they said, well, we couldn't keep up with you. Then a couple of nights ago, guy in a Mercedes is tailgating me on a dual carriageway. So I gave it a quick fistful, and suddenly the guy in the Mercedes was behind me with two headlights way off in a mirror. It just accelerates ridiculously hard. It doesn't feel fast at all. I mean, I don't think I've matched it much over about 80 the whole time I've had it. But it never feels hard as acceleration wise. But my God, it shifts. And it's the sort of thing that makes me, because I'm a petrol head, go, ooh, I like this. So what I do like about it, I'm going to move away from the madness of the engine, because it is, you know, a bike this big should not accelerate that hard or be this easy to ride, because yes, it is heavy, it is, you know, there's no way around it, it is a big heavy bike, but it's beautifully planted. It you know, sits in the corners well, bumps don't upset it. I've just ridden it across the Fen roads today, which are some of the worst I've ever ridden in my life, and it just dealt with them quite happily. The boxes on the back are sizable. I can't get a lid in them, but everything else is fine. Haven't tried the back seat yet, obviously, because it's quite difficult to ride it from the back seat and not look like a numpty, although I have done that in the past because I am a numpty. It's just one of those bikes that, you know, you look at it and go, yeah, it's nice, quite pretty, isn't it? It's a, you know, BMW's attempt at copying, cashing in on the Harley market, and then you ride one and think, wow, seriously, wow. What I do also like about it is the fact that if you were to lose that big screen and the twin headlights and the, you know, the dual seat and the bags, and just put like a little sprung seat on it, it would look like a really old BMW. It's got that look of classic BMs from the past. A guy sent in a picture of it, I think it was an R35 to go in the small lads the other week, and really, apart from obviously the size, they don't actually look that different. It's just a absolutely classic BMW shape. I know that BMW these days are associated with huge trail bikes and sports bikes that go ridiculously hard, but to me, looking back at classic BMWs, this is what one looks like. I'm not going to try and start it with holding the camera, because honestly the twitch from an 1800, I don't know whether you know BMWs and all flat twins and horizontal V twins kind of thing, they twitch when you open the throttle. And this does, and I don't want to be not holding it because I can't pick this damn thing up, 345 kilos. But it's got quite, the exhausts are quiet, obviously, because they have to be these days. But on the other hand, when you open it up in sort of, you know, third or fourth or fifth, you get a reassuring bark from behind. Not terrifically loud, but enough to make you go, cool. And there's occasionally a pop on the overrun as you shut down, as unburnt fuel is somehow burnt. It's quite, yeah, it's just got a bit of character. which is not something you can normally say about BMW, I would have said, but this one really has. And I've got it for another week or so, and I'm really looking forward to it. In fact, even the journey around the M25 and down the M3 to take it back in 10 days or so isn't going to be that awful. It really isn't. It's got all the modern cons. It's got cruise control, which is very useful for going through average speed cameras, and it's got heated grips, which I haven't actually sussed out whether I've turned them on or turned them off because my hands seem to be warm all the time, but that's not a bad thing. The chrome is amazing. It really is good. I mean, I've been trying desperately not to get it dirty because I don't want to wash it because it's too nice. If I put some soapy water on that, you're never going to get the same finish as you got there now. I had to clean all the dead stuff off the screen, which is reassuring that we can see dead stuff on the screen these days, because we haven't a lot of flying bugs left these days after we've killed most of them. But no, it is an impressive piece of kit, it really is. Price-wise, I haven't the faintest idea. I never actually look them up until I've got to write the article. So if you want to know everything about it in a slightly less breathless fashion, then look at the article in BSH, which will be in the issue that comes out in July.